He
Are you
humiliated
stupid?
a poor taxi driver.
You've wasted my time,
2
and I
weeks
have
later,
been stuck here for the
that
whole
same
day.
man's life depended on the
Are you
one he
stupid?
insulted.
You've
This is
wasted
the
my
story
time,
of
and I have been
karma
stuck
you
here
won't
for the
forget.
whole day.
Watch closely. What happens next will change everything you thought about pride and humility. If this is the first time you come across my video, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out anytime I uploaded a new video. Abdul was a taxi driver in his late 40s, a man shaped by loss and long roads. His car was old, its paint dulled by years of sun and rain, but the inside was spotless, cleaned every morning before dawn, as if order could hold chaos at bay. Before turning the key, Abdul always whispered a short prayer. Not for riches, not for miracles, just for strength. Life had tested him without mercy. His wife had died years earlier, leaving him to raise their daughter alone. Bills arrived faster than passengers, and every unpaid notice felt like a quiet accusation. Still, Abdul carried himself with dignity. He believed that even when life stripped everything else away, character was not negotiable. That evening, as street lights flickered to life and the city exhaled its tired breath, Abdul accepted one last ride, unaware that this passenger would change his fate forever. The man who entered the taxi was called Victor. His suit was expensive. His watch caught the glow of the streetlights. Confidence radiated from him, sharp, loud, and impatient. He slammed the door and snapped, "Don't talk, just drive." Traffic thickened, horns blared, and Victor's temper rose with every red light. He muttered insult under his breath, blaming Abdul as though traffic obeyed drivers with money. Abdul explained calmly, but Victor waved him off. Then Abdul's phone rang. It was his daughter. Her voice trembled as she reminded him that her school fees were due. If the payment was not made, she wouldn't be allowed to sit for her exams. Victor heard everything. He laughed. A short, cruel sound. "So this is your life," Victor sneered. "Poor, begging, still failing. No wonder people like you never escape." Abdul said nothing. Years of hardship had taught him that silence was sometimes the strongest answer. Suddenly, an ambulance siren screamed behind them. Trapped, desperate, urgent. Without thinking, Abdul pulled aside, waving other drivers forward, carving a narrow path through traffic. The ambulance surged past, its lights slicing through the night. Victor exploded. "Are you stupid? You've wasted my time." Abdul met his eyes in the mirror, calm, steady. "A human life," he said quietly, "is worth more than a few minutes." When they reached the destination, Victor tossed money on the seat, short of the fare, and walked away without a backward glance. Abdul stared at the cash, then whispered a prayer, not for justice, but for forgiveness. Not for himself, but for the man who had humiliated him. 2 weeks later, Abdul received a call asking him to come to City Hospital immediately. Fear wrapped around his chest as he rushed there, his mind racing with worst-case thoughts. Instead, a well-dressed woman met him, tears in her eyes. "My father was the man in the ambulance," she said. "If you hadn't moved that night, he wouldn't be alive." She led Abdul into a hospital room. The man on the bed turned his head. It was Victor. Recognition struck him like a blow. Shame followed. Victor's voice was weak, but his words were heavy. "I judged you," he whispered, "and I was wrong." He confessed that pride had blinded him, that the man he mocked was the very reason he was breathing. Victor's daughter revealed that her father owned a transport company. She offered Abdul a management role in their taxi division. Abdul accepted, not out of revenge, but grace. He understood something Victor had just learned the hard way. karma doesn't always punish with pain. Sometimes it teaches with opportunity. And both men carried the same lesson forward. You never know whose life you are stepping on when you choose to judge. Which part of the story gives you a strong lesson? Let me know in the comment section. See you in my next video.